Hey, it's James coming from the editing room. We lost the master recording for this episode, so we had to go with our backup recording, which has slightly less good audio and video. So please excuse our quality. Hey, it wouldn't be our podcast if something didn't go slightly sideways. Anyway, enjoy episode number 100.
I'm gonna mush a bunch of those together.
Go lay down, Mom.
Because okay, hang on.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, we're getting an exercise in counting.
9, 10, 11.
Vomit.
Great job raising Doc Holliday there, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. I'm James. That's not what I was to say. Welcome to the Good Games podcast. I don't know what I say.
Hey, it's 100 episodes. Welcome to the podcast. You know what it is. It's the
Gabagoo.
podcast.
It's 100, a whole 100 episodes. We're gonna do something unusual today. We got some crazy shit in store, so stick around. But first, guys, there was like 1,000 video games that got announced yesterday at
Dude.
time of recording.
I am so hyped right now. I am hyped.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
'Cause
What are you?
I want to farm so bad. I want to farm so many things. I want to make all sorts of produce. I want to put up trees. But I also want some JRPG with it.
Right. Now, Zach is laughing, which implies that he has seen the direct, or at least is aware of reactions.
I've been on TikTok, is what it
That's
happened.
okay. Okay, he's aware of the reactions to the
The
direct.
Nintendo Farm Direct.
Zach, there was stuff announced at the Sony State of Play, just for you, my friend.
I saw that seemed to be the theme that I was picking up on social media.
There were not one, not two, but 3 RGG Yakuza spin-off games, and a mainline Yakuza game, which apparently we're just calling it Like a Dragon now, I guess. We're
Yeah.
just rebranding it as Like a Dragon. 3 different RGG games coming. How do you feel about that?
One of them is like the Kiwami version of the samurai game they made a million years ago that
Yes.
never got released in America.
Yes,
So-
but they're making like a full game of it now.
Well, I thought it was a full game originally, but is it not? I don't know. I just know
I
that
thought
it never.
it's
Well, it's that one and the zombie one were never released outside of Japan.
But I thought they were like weird, like side, like haha, like this is a funny.
Probably, probably. But
But like, this seems like, oh no, we're making like a full experience.
I'm just excited to find out why old timey Majima has 2 eyes and a watermelon. So I'm really excited to see like what
Now
that's
he
all
still
about.
had an eye patch. I thought he still had an eye patch.
At one point, I've seen 1,000 times an up-resed like GIF of him presenting Kiryu with like a watermelon, and he's got both of his eyes. So I'm like, I don't know.
I love the idea. By the way, we oh no, I think we established in Yakuza 0 he had his eye stabbed out, right?
Right? Yes. In Zero's when he but this is supposed to be ancient Japan, so this is
I love
like,
the idea that he just wears the eye patch because he thinks it looks cool.
Yeah, probably. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm excited for that. The man who erased his name, I'm like, okay, this sounds awesome as well.
Kiryu is now Joryu, I guess.
And then 8, we're apparently finally getting the big crossover with Old Man Kiryu and your boy, and so yeah, pretty excited about the whole thing. I was pretty jazzed about that, and the fact that it's like we seem to have gotten into a pretty good rhythm now in terms of how they want to make their games, and so I'm willing to give all those a try. And then the other thing was I saw the super duper 4K holy shit in-game engine fight for Tekken 8, and I got a big boner.
I wasn't sure if you were aware of that. That was the thing I was going to come to next. The other thing I thought you were going to say was they finally put Judgment, both the Judgment games, on PC. So now I can
that's
play.
exciting. That's great.
But yes, holy shit, Tekken 8. My tinfoil hat conspiracy theory was the trailer we saw just now at the State of Play was the one that was supposed to be played at EVO. Go back and watch, if you can find the unedited stream from EVO, go back and watch the Tekken 7 finals. After the Tekken 7 finals, Harada gets up and he's like, we have an announcement, whatever. and then like they start stalling and it gets weird and the announcers don't know what to do, and then they trot out like a guy on stage and he's very clearly killing time. He's like, let's give a round of applause to everyone who participated. We're gonna give a round of applause to you guys. Yeah, round of applause. Let's give a round of applause to that guy. Yeah, that guy. Like he's like very clearly
Here we go.
killing time, and
No.
then my tinfoil hat is Harada brought a thumb drive but got drunk and hopped in the pool and forgot you can't mix electronics. That's my thing, is he plugged in the thumb drive and went, oops, I was in the pool last night.
Well, it was worth the wait, because holy shit, that trailer looked awesome as shit.
The trailer did look awesome as shit.
And story-wise, that's all you need, is just have, Kazuya and Jin just beat the shit out of each other and have the world going to end because of it. And it's like, okay, perfect. That's all we need.
Yeah.
I did see somebody mention, like, oh my god, is Hayashi really dead? And I'm like, it's fine. I don't care. Like, he's led the series for 7 fucking games. He can be dead. It's fine.
Haven't they killed each other a million times? They're never dead.
They just keep coming back, and it's like, whatever.
I feel like, death is meaningless in Tekken.
But no, I was pretty jazzed. Especially, I thought it was really interesting how that whole trailer was set up, to where it was like clearly a cutscene, and then the camera like drops down into the 2v2, and it's still the exact same graphics. I was like, oh, that's super exciting. Like, that's a really, really interesting way to present the, like, hey, the engine's fucking big. Now, do I think it's going to make, like, PS5s explode? Yes, I do. I feel like the machinery's not going to be able to handle it. But I was interested, at least. I thought, I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah. No, I love that we're using seemingly the same engine. You can't tell the difference between the cutscene and the in-game graphics, to the point where seemingly in the trailer they keep cutting between gameplay, and then they like take the camera and then it's more like cinematic. So the trailers kind of cut weird. They keep like cutting in and out of gameplay and cinematic, and maybe that's the point, that you can't tell the difference between the gameplay and the cinematic, except for like when the camera's like doing crazy shit and you're like, okay, well obviously that's not going to happen in the middle of it.
Well, it's funny that you say that. I was really hoping that was the case, because when I saw the super cinematic like cuts and stuff like that during the fight, I'm like, oh god, I hope this isn't like how they set up the the big comeback moves or whatever, when you hit, where it's usually like, oh, it kind of slows down for a minute and you're hitting whatever, the big moves, the specialty moves. I was like, please don't have it zoom in that close when someone's kicking the shit out of me online. Like, I don't need it to be that cinematic when I'm getting my shit absolutely wrecked. So, like, please no.
Well, they do that in Tekken 7 for last hit. If both players press a button on a last hit scenario, the camera will do that slow-mo zoom in thing in Tekken 7. But what they showed off seemingly in Tekken 8, I mean, it's hard to tell because they keep, doing weird shit with the camera, if this is actual gameplay or not. But it seems like if both players hit a button at the same time, it'll just always do the slow-mo thing, which is interesting.
I think it was more what your point is. I think it was more of like, hey, we can cut in between just regular ass playing and the cinematic
and you can't tell.
And it's seamless either way. I hope that's where we were going with this, and not, hey, this is going to be very fucking extra when you're trying to play this fucking game, and King goes to power bomb you, and the camera goes right up your asshole first. Like,
that was very exciting. That was the thing that got me most ranged about the state of play. Before we go on to the Nintendo Direct, was there anything else ranging? There was like
we got Star Wars edging on the Galaxy. The Galaxy edges
which is
you.
if I'm not crazy, that's the VR thing that's in Disney Springs, and now they're bringing it to home console.
Well, yes, but it's been out on home. So I was confused by what that was, because it's been out. Like, it exists already. You can get it now. But like, I guess it's a sequel or a remake or something.
I would assume there's like extra bells and whistles or something.
Yeah. I was confused by what they were showing off, especially because I haven't played that game. So like, I don't know the difference between what's new and what's not.
We got Demio, which is another VR.
I forget which that one was. Was that the one? There was a game
you're a bunch of warriors. It looks like, and it's like a 4-player tabletop thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was the game.
D&D VR.
They showed that off, and I was like, Gloomhaven? Like, it looked exactly like Gloomhaven, and until they started rolling dice, and I was like, oh wait, that can't be Gloomhaven. But yeah, no, that looks like a game made just for me.
They got
That's
your
super,
letters. And,
super me.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Then they
have
showed off. Yeah,
we have
you
the
keep
obvious.
going.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have the obvious Hogwarts Legacy. We knew that was out, but we knew, yeah.
racism in Wizarding Hats, the game. Yeah.
Sexism and racism and
There you
Wizarding. Pacific Drive by Ironwood Studios. It's a dystopia world exploration, first person.
Was
I don't
that
know
the
if
one that was supposed to be like all cryptid based? I saw in like the marketing shit afterwards. It was like, oh, all the cryptids. I was like, oh, there's another one for my wife.
It's like you're exploring a dystopian world and wild looking car action. That's what this description says. I don't remember.
Speaking of car action, just real quick as an aside, last episode, James went on a real soapbox about like Forza Motorsport being just a big piece of shit and a waste of everybody's time. I saw the one exception to that on TikTok, which I hate that I've mentioned TikTok so many times this episode already. There was a guy who his content that he makes is he plays Forza, but he's got basically a fucking car in his goddamn like gaming room. It's like full steering wheel, full like fucking gear shift, gas, brake, the whole 9 yards. He's got and a huge fucking monitor. And then the first thing I ever saw he did was he had the fucking General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard, and he was trying to like jump this fucking river that the game had and like crashed and burned. But like you see him like shifting gears and he's like trying to keep the wheels steady. So I was like, okay, if this was the stock game, if this was the whole experience, then I'd be like, yeah, I think this game's got something going. But when you're just like sitting there with your controller, it's like, okay,
yeah. No, that sounds amazing. Just imagine if the game was fun.
Yeah. Besides Ragnarok and Ragnarok controller.
Yeah.
I would say the only one maybe Ronin.
Was that the one that looked like it was going to be Dynasty Warriors, but then it was like open world and like samurai?
It's like samurai open world, yeah.
And then they showed off. There was another one. I can't remember what it was called, but I was like, oh, this looks like, because they were playing like Nier music and there was like weird Japanese anime thing. I was like, oh, it's another Nier game, but it wasn't. It was like new IP.
You might be talking about Stellar Blade.
Yeah, maybe.
It's either Stellar Blade or Sensuality. I think it might be Sensuality.
I don't know.
Sensuality.
There's too many games and all the names sound the same. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. There wasn't anything.
And they all sound the same.
I kind of blew my load at Tekken 8, and then it was all downhill from there. So the Nintendo Direct. I mean, we don't have to hit every fucking game on the Nintendo Direct, but there was so many.
I really want to hear about them. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Farming game number 1. Let's take a deep dive on the first farming game, and then we can move on to the second farming game, and we deep dive on that one, compare and contrast the differences.
Of these farms?
Then there's farming and battling.
Oh, but what can I also get married? I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then there's anime and farming.
Oh, did you like anime? You can combine it with farming. What about role playing? You can combine that.
JRPGs?
Farming.
Well,
All right.
I think it's interesting that you've got the success of Animal Crossing, you've got the success of Stardew Valley. Then this Disney game comes out, which rips a lot of the core ideas from those two games. And for me, right before this Nintendo Direct, I'm thinking, oh, Nintendo's going to be pissed. Like, they're going to be like, hey, fuck you, buddy. And they'll, like, maybe come out with some new DLC for Animal Crossing. But they're probably going to take the high ground and be like, oh, you're going to, like, take our sloppy seconds, Disney? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Apparently, their business model was quadruple down on Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley games. And we'll just, I guess, drown Disney in, like, the same kind of titles. Like, I don't know.
Well, I don't know, because like none of them were like first party Nintendo games, so I don't know if they just got like super unlucky with like, oh fuck, everyone made a farming
meta
game.
Of like indie game is now build a farm game. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I'm wondering if we're far enough removed, because remember how big Animal Crossing was during the pandemic. Right. I'm wondering if like the fucking plethora of fucking farming games we just got was the reaction to how popular Animal Crossing was during the pandemic. But it seems
True.
like not enough time has passed for like games to go through that much development if they just started in like 2019. I don't know. Maybe that's like 2 years. I don't know. For some smaller games, maybe that's enough. I don't know.
Should I shot fire the direct? Kind of give you a general synopsis.
Yeah. I know we opened
All right.
with Fire Emblem. I was.
Yeah, we opened Fire Emblem
It was
Blue and Red.
Yeah, Blue and Red anime boy for Fire. That was a weird. I thought they pitched that game weirdly because I think Three Houses was a lot of people's first Fire Emblem, and I think the thing that a lot of people, like my wife especially, got off on in Fire Emblem was like, oh, you can like you're in the like school thing and you're like, making friends with all your squad mates or whatever, and you can form all these relationships before you take them out. They didn't show any of that. They just showed like all these anime cutscenes, and I don't know. I feel like
And it was
they
like,
don't.
hey, I can call Marth. Guess who else I can call? Marth. And you know who else I can call from the dead? Marth. And
It was like a
okay.
trailer for people who didn't play Three Houses, which is weird because like that's the most popular. That's the one everyone just played, and like, look, it's Marth. Like, unless you've played Smash, which granted a lot of people have played Smash, you're not gonna know who the fuck Marth or any of the other heroes they're summoning in. You're just like, I don't know who these assholes are. I don't know. I thought that was a weird trailer. They just pitched that trailer weird. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it.
We got It Takes Two is coming to the Switch.
It's gonna run. It. You know what? It takes
It's
two.
gonna run horribly.
It's gonna take 2 frames a second.
It's gonna take two CPUs
hey.
to run that game.
There's no way that's gonna run smooth on the Switch.
Yeah.
No way. That game's good, by the way. I did enjoy that game, but
It's gonna
not
take 2. Put your Switch on a dock because you can't play it handheld to play that game.
You really had to think about that one.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
We
Anyway,
got Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
my wife's very excited. I think that game already exists. I don't think that's a new game. I think that's a port of either a 3DS game or a Wii U game. I'm pretty sure that game.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Or maybe it was Japan only. Anyway, I'm pretty fucking sure that game already existed, and it just now that it's out on Switch, it's one of those like, oh, it's on Switch now. People will actually play it.
We got farming games.
Farming game number 1, farming game number 2.
There was Fae Farm. We have Splatoon. Obviously, we know about Splatoon 3. It's already gone, and it's one you're probably excited about for though, James, was the next Mario and Rabbids game, because I know you like the other one.
I am. I told this is kind of almost like, hey, there's a million farming games. Hey, there's a million, because I like tactical strategy games. There's like a million of them all coming out right at the same time. We got Mario Cross Rabbids. We've got the Tactics Ogre remake. We've got the new Fire Emblem game, and we've got what was the other? There's another Tactics. I don't know. There's just a lot. Oh, Advance Wars. The Advance Wars remakes, I'm assuming, are coming out sometime. Anyway, there's just a lot of tactical strategy games all coming out at the same time. So anyway, I am still excited.
We had Rune Factory 3.
Yeah. RPGs and farming. Yeah.
At Lair Ryza.
Yeah. That's another JRPG. I've never played any of those games.
We got more
I don't know,
Mario
Japanese
Kart.
Paul Reiser sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Going to Ryza.
Very excited for more Mario Kart. I'm again, let me get the tin hat out. I think at some point they were working on Mario Kart 9, and a lot of these new tracks, I have a feeling were just planned to be Mario Kart 9 tracks, and then for whatever happened, something happened in development, and it was like, maybe this isn't. How can we justify a new Mario Kart? This isn't different enough from 8, or maybe they ran into development problems or something. I don't know. It's so weird to me that just like 5 years later, randomly now, all of the sudden, it's like, well, here, have 80 more fucking tracks for Mario Kart because we can't figure out what to do with these. We have these assets lying around, and just whatever, take these.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We talked about Madden. If this was the future, where it's just like, hey, the core game is the same, we're just stop fucking around, and here's just additional content for the game. Like, I'm fine with that.
No. I'm not complaining. I'm absolutely not complaining. I love all the new shit.
No, it's not like complaining.
Not complaining. I love my shit.
Moto's coming down. He's pissed.
I want more Mario Kart tracks. I love Mario Kart. Give me more. I'm just putting on my conspiracy hat. I don't think this was anyway. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
No. I agree with you. Occam's razor dictates that, like, which is more likely, that this giant corporation just suddenly woke up and decided to be benevolent with content 5 years after the fact, or they were running into the fucking Metroid problem where it's like, well, we've got this game like 2/3 of the way developed, and it's not really standing out. And
We're deviating a lot of the team to Zelda and Metroid right now, so
we'll just release it as DLC and we'll make a little more money on it.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: no news on Metro. That was the thing I was disappointed, and no news on Hollow Knight Silk Song. So that was like the two games I was looking forward to, and I was like, well, secretly, I mean, don't get me wrong, super excited. We'll get to Zelda. We'll get to Zelda in a second. Super excited for it. Secretly, I was hoping that it was going to be Metroid Prime news instead of Zelda news. It's fine.
It's like, and you know, I'm all for Zelda, obviously, but it's like, man, we've been waiting for Prime for a while now.
So long.
It's just come on, give me something. Just Dance, we don't care. Harvestella, another.
Yeah, skip that. Farming.
Was it? It was farming, but it was like also like a JRPG thing.
Yeah, JRPGs and farming. You know, if it's for you, you know it's for you, and you got like 5 different games to choose from now. They're all whatever.
We got Bayonetta Saves the World.
Yeah, that I've it looks good. I've never gotten into Bayonetta. The crazier thing is my wife has never gotten into Bayonetta. I feel like that is a game
that is weird
because it's like, you know, action games. She loves action games. Witches, like she loves witches, and Bayonetta's like super horny. And I was like, how have you never gotten into Bayonetta? Anyway.
City of Perpetual Rain. I don't remember that one actually.
Oh, that was that was the I can't think of the developer's name off the top of my head, but it's the people that make Danganronpa.
Yeah.
It basically just looks like Danganronpa 4, which they're like visual novel games. They're like murder mystery silly game. I don't know. I like them. I'll probably end up playing it. Whatever.
Resident Evil and the lost frame rates.
Yeah, I think the frame rate's going to be fine, but your input delay is going to be dog shit because it's in the cloud. So
that's right, it's cloud. Oh fuck, I forgot.
Yeah.
Resident Evil cloud games.
So it's going to look fine unless there's like you know, you get the like stream pixelated stream buffery looking thing, but your input delay is probably going to be real bad. I have yet to hear of like a Switch cloud game that works really well, because they did, I think, Kingdom Hearts 3, and everyone was like, this is unfucking playable. And the whole point of the Switch is that it's portable. Like,
yeah,
you're defeating the point of having it on the Switch. I don't know, whatever. The cloud games kind of don't make sense to me on the Switch.
We got Tales of Symphonia remake.
Yep. My wife's really excited.
Remasters.
JRPGs. She's really excited. Yeah.
And then we got Kirby's Return to Dreamland remake.
That's cool. I will definitely be playing that.
No. Now, I do know we have some ports coming in for the N64. One particular exciting one that I'm personally excited about. I know you're probably excited about.
I'm excited about 3 other games. Mario, that being Mario Party.
I forgot Mario Party. Yeah,
Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 all coming to the N64 online. Very excited about that. Excited, and that's kind of like a bittersweet thing because I am such a huge fan of Mario Party Superstars, the most recent Mario Party, and that game was all about let's go back to the N64 boards. We're gonna remaster them. We're going to, you know, update all these boards. And I really liked that. And there was never any DLC or any further support for that game after it came out. And I was really hoping we would keep, like, bringing in old boards and stuff. But it seems...
Well, clearly the Nintendo format is just wait another 4 years. And then you'll get a shitload of board DLC.
Well, it seems like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like now that we have the originals on Switch, like, I don't know.
They're kind of just being like, everybody likes the originals. Let's just give them that.
I don't know. I would still pay for remastered boards, but it seems much less likely now, especially now that game's a year and a half old.
But I don't know, Zach, did you know about this one coming out on the N64? This very special one?
The like OG like LAN party game of all LAN party games. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, baby.
Pretty excited. I assume we're talking about Banjo-Tooie is what I'm
Right.
assuming we're talking
Banjo-Tooie.
about here.
The
Good,
best
great.
LAN party game where you shoot each other.
I gotta play as Gruntilda.
I was shocked by this because everything I knew about this was that this game was in licensing hell. Because, you know,
That's
Nintendo,
why they redid it with Daniel Craig one, right? Because it was in
well, yeah,
licensing
because
hell.
because Nintendo published it, but Rare developed it, and now they're split. But also, like, MGM holds the rights to James Bond, but it gets even worse because there's like James Bond the film, and then there's James Bond the video game, and there's like a different company that owns that, and they just gave the middle finger to everyone, and it was a fucking mess, and that's why we got what, like the GoldenEye, but it was like a different GoldenEye game, and they made up a character called GoldenEye, and he had like a golden eye, and then we got like something else. It was like everything but.
That sounds awful.
And then there was that whole leak of somebody was working on remastering GoldenEye, but then that got put in hell because of licensing, I presume. I don't know how they pulled this off, because everything I knew about this was that game was in license hell, but all
I
of a
would
sudden,
love to hear the story of
it-
how they managed to
all
get
of a
this.
sudden, this game is coming to, I think you can get it on Xbox with Game Pass now, and then also it's on the Switch. So I don't know how they did it, but it's back.
And it's
I
got
think
online
they did
game.
it
It's
with,
got online play too, which is great.
with a little something called money. That's what they did it. Nintendo
I-
said, "Fuck you."
They took
Yeah,
all that
we're doing
Animal
it.
Crossing money and just kind of
Right.
We'll
for
back
GoldenEye.
up a dump truck of money to MGM or whoever the fuck owns the rights to James Bond now.
The Broccoli's, I guess, the Broccoli
Yeah.
family,
Oh,
and just
yeah,
went,
Broccoli's.
"Fuck you."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting. That's like I'm actually kind of like super hyped for the games coming out for N64 again
Right.
because it's like my childhood's coming back.
True.
Mario Party and GoldenEye, baby.
Yeah,
I will be
fucking
very
hell.
interested to see how GoldenEye plays on modern controllers. Because I
Well-
doubt Switch is going to be like, Nintendo's going to be like, oh, by the way, here comes the Pro controller of the N64 bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's going to
No,
be played.
That exists.
There is
That exists.
a thing.
Why would you
You
ever
can
do
get
that?
a Switch controller that's just the stupid three-pronged.
You can get a
that
cock-sized
exists.
N64.
Yeah, just
controller
shove it
like a
up my
portable
ass at
wiener.
that point. Why would I
Yeah.
ever fucking need that?
It exists. The problem is it's so popular, it sells out immediately every time
is-
they put it on sale.
Isn't it
So it's like-
wired only?
Probably.
Or is it
I'm
wireless?
sure it's wired only, and every time you hold it in your hands, it cuts you a little bit. You have to
Right.
bleed a little bit. That's
That-
some bullshit.
It stuns me that everyone has nostalgia for that controller because I fucking hate that controller.
I
If there's-
never. Yeah. I
If
never
there's
got that
nostalgia for the fucking Phantom Menace, there can be nostalgia for anything. And
True,
so,
true.
shitty controller.
Okay.
So yeah, so be it.
We got Octopath Traveler 2.
James, I know you're hyped as shit for this, bro. I know this is your game, bro.
I should be, but I
heard
don't.
The first one was just like so dragged out that people just kind of got tired of it.
That's kind of where I landed. The game just was way too long for its own good, and the whole premise of the game is that you have 8 stories in Octopath. The problem was like the characters they just wrote 8 separate stories and then stapled them all together in this game, and they're like the characters weirdly never interact with each other, and there's no I don't know.
They just walk by each other every now and again and go, "Hey, what's up?" So
I don't know. I
That's
might
okay.
give this game another chance. The two things is the HD 2D thing that Square keeps doing, because they did this with the Live Alive remaster and something else recently, and obviously Octopath. The HD 2D thing looks really nice, and also the soundtrack for Octopath Traveler was real great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Before I talk about this next one, did you know that there's a mobile game out right now? It's actually been out for a year and is extremely unpopular right now.
I
For this
did-
game that they're gonna come out with,
I did know that, and
no
I
one fucking play.
I read about that when it came out, and then I forgot it existed until
Yeah. I remember them announcing it, and it was like, "Oh, you can plant flowers as you walk." I went, "I'm good, thank you."
It seems like they're trying to one more
But
desperate attempt to get players into this game before they.
I don't know if you ever end up watching the direct, Zach.
Mhm.
There's just a moment before they announce Pikmin 4, which we're getting, they just go through this whole spiel of like, hey, by the way, we have this mobile game that's been out for like a year and
Yeah.
like no one's playing it. But
Yeah.
yeah, we just want to make you aware. Like there's a game
It's
and
out
it's here.
there.
But
It's definitely
way before they announced the Pikmin 4, they're just sitting here like kind of playing this like there's a mobile game. It's with Niantic, like the same people who did Pokemon Go. Like like
it was definitely marketed very weird. It was definitely like Shigeru Miyamoto like pleading
yeah,
with
going
you, like please play my game. But like anyway,
Yeah, it's always a tough sell when the sales ad campaign is plead and try to guilt the audience. That's a tough sell in any job.
yeah.
but
Yeah, I
nonetheless,
don't
we
know.
know about Pikmin 4. Not much on it, but we know
I'm
it's
excited for
coming.
Pikmin 4, but I think they said that was 2024. So
Yeah.
it's at least another year and a half most likely before we get to see that.
But interesting. I'm surprised they're it's nice to see the Pikmin series moving forward.
Supposedly, that Pikmin 4 has been in development for years and years and years. Supposedly, I
Well,
think that's another game.
What are we
that's
gonna get first, Prime 4 or Pikmin 4?
That's the race now. That's the race.
Yeah.
Now, on to the big news, boys.
Yeah.
We got a subtitle finally.
Farm Terra. Oh,
We got The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Farming.
all right. What was your reaction? You are Mr. Zelda. What was your reaction to this?
Well, okay, we've seen gameplay obviously before this. We knew it was coming, and actually, I'm surprised there wasn't a lot of crazy gameplay. There was a lot of
it's an old gameplay period. They didn't really show a whole lot more. Yeah.
we got more like in the earlier showcases. But what I do find interesting is there was a lot of takeaway from the little snippets they gave you, and obviously we got Tears of the Kingdom. So since they're implying tears, they also showed like an image of a creature, and around the creature were like little tear-shaped symbols, which almost is got a lot of people thinking like this is probably going to go back to like a Twilight Princess kind of element, because we got the creature that looks like one of the ones that came out of the like fountains, like I forget what they're called. They're like the guardians or the light guardian creatures or whatever. And obviously when it went into Twilight, you had to go around and find the tears to make the Twilight go away. So people see that first cut of like seeing the little inscriptions of that made people go, okay, there's some sort of Twilight Princess element going into this.
My wife's question was, do you take the tears and rehydrate Ganon?
Got to make Ganon wet.
Right. Yeah.
Get Ganon wet again. Yeah.
Gotta dampen that Ganon.
But I think it also does confirm that this game is definitely going to take a much more darker backstory.
I hope.
About it sounds like obviously like Tears of the Kingdom. Sounds like, hey, the kingdom fucked up like real bad in the past, and you're about to find out what that was, and shit's about to go down. So I feel like we're still going down the dark path, which I'm happy about. I want to see like a Alice in Wonderland kind of Majora's Mask thing. But we are definitely seeing this game take place high up in the sky. We got a lot of one of the big things was just Link just jumping off the ledge and skyward sorting his way down, and there's like an elevator thing now that you can do, I guess.
No, I don't think. I don't know if this is speculation. I think that was a rewind time mechanic. I think that was a rock that had fallen, and Link was grabbing onto it and rewinding time, a la like Braid or something.
So you're saying it's actually a Prince of Persia remake?
Yes, right.
Okay.
That's my theory, is that we're gonna have like rewind time puzzles like Braid or Prince of Persia or something. Which I'm excited about because I love both those games.
Yeah.
And I feel like Nintendo is like really good at those types of puzzles.
I guess the biggest takeaway from this is that we actually have a release date finally.
Oh, thank God! Yeah.
Yeah, May, I think 12th, 2023.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's right there in front of me. I'm looking right at it. But yeah, surprisingly, there wasn't a lot of footage in this announcement, other than like you got swirly dragons that looked like Spelunky drag things swirling around the logo.
It's like an Ouroboros or something.
Yeah.
like Ouroboros dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
So yeah, there's a lot of there's like we're still in a little bit of mystery because there's a lot of shit to take away. We know there's Dry Ganon.
I'm gonna guess we'll probably see more at like the Game Awards in December, or
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like not unless we get like another Nintendo Direct early next year or something. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited. It looks great. I mean, it looks like Breath of Wild roughly. But I mean, maybe they just took Breath of Wild and they're expanding on it. Sure, do that. Same thing they did with like Majora's Mask. They just took Ocarina of Time and just said, hey, let's just use that and expand on it.
The one thing I'm disappointed in, and this still could happen, although it's probably unlikely, is I was hoping we were delaying Zelda so long because it was going to be on or come out alongside a new Switch, which is something I really, really, really want at this point. Because like when the Switch came out, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is what I've always wanted. It's, games I can play on the TV, but also I can just take my Switch on the go, take it on vacation, whatever. I can play games wherever I want. Like as the years have gone, I mean, even when it came out, it was not graphically impressive. But as the years have gone on, especially now that I have a Steam Deck, it's like, why the fuck would I buy something on the Switch? Like, I'm not gonna buy something on the Switch. It's gonna run like garbage. Like, I'll buy it on Steam, and then like I'll have the best of both worlds on the Steam Deck.
Granted, we only got a release date. It still could mean that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not saying it's not gonna happen, but oh my God, I'd shit my pants if we get a new Switch because I feel like that console so desperately needs a hardware upgrade. There's we're already talking about how the these ports are gonna run like shit and like these games are gonna look terrible.
Yeah, Nintendo's definitely doing like we want to have good games on our thing on our console, but it's like, guys, you gotta bump those numbers up. You gotta get that console working. Those are rookie numbers. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they can get away with that because the install base of the Switch is so huge. Like everyone has a Switch.
Yeah.
Like now we're getting to the point where like everyone has a Switch, but like when you port
everyone has a Switch, but it's gonna become noticeable at this point. It's gonna be like, wow, I bought this game and it fucking runs like doo-doo.
Yeah, when you port a modern game to the Switch, it's like, oh God, this is a nightmare. Like,
yeah.
And even games designed for the Switch, like we talked about Pokemon Arceus and how like dog shit that game, even though it was designed for the Switch.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I was like, oh, the whatever, I can't remember what the name of that DJing game is that we were playing.
Parappa
I was like, no, not Parappa the Rapper. It runs like it's Parappa the Rapper, but it's not Drop Mix, but it's by the same.
Oh, I know exactly what you're fucking talking about.
I thought you were gonna start singing a song just now. You were like, oh,
you had it like. Let's go.
But anyway, that whatever that fucking DJ game is.
Fuck, what's that? Oh God,
runs like absolute dog balls.
Hexaguru, Fuser.
Thank you.
Which is available on like every console, but
yeah, that was another one. It was like, oh, I'll just get it on PC. Why would I buy it on the Switch?
Yeah, I like a fool I did, and that game runs like ballsack. And that's just a fucking rhythm game.
I know, that game's all about timing, and there's like insane input delay on the Switch. Like insane input delay.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
That doesn't give me any hope for that Final Fantasy rhythm game. Which I'm sorry, that looks weird.
That's a series. That's a series that's been going on a long time.
Oh, that's been going on for a while? Oh.
And they've been doing it with other franchises. They just did like a Kingdom Hearts one. Now they're doing back to Final Fantasy.
Oh my God, I remember that now.
Because I had one of the ones for 3DS. It's pretty fun. It's just like a mindless. You just listen to Final Fantasy music and like
just hit buttons
and you just tap along. It's mindless. It's fun. The thing that makes me excited is the new one coming for Switch is multiplayer. So I'm like, oh great, that's something I can play with my wife. So yeah. Anyway. All right. So for our 100th episode, I thought, what better way than to name the best game from every console generation. That's how you celebrate 100 episodes. I don't know. I got nothing.
We planned for this.
Right.
So when I went to Wikipedia classified the first home console generation as like the like shitty like dedicated consoles that came out in the 70s. So I'm talking about like the Coleco Telstar, the Magnavox Odyssey, like shit that just had like, oh, you bought like a plug and play and it was Pong. So that was what I voted for. I don't know.
I would say for the
Pong.
first like 5 pages of those consoles, I
Yeah.
think the answer is just Pac-Man.
Oh,
Pac-Man was on like every fucking console.
shit.
So
You're right. Well, was Pac-Man Gen 1 or was Pac-Man Gen 2? Because I think of like the 2600. Wasn't there a Pac-Man for the 2600?
I assume. I don't
I don't
think
know.
it was terribly
know.
great, but
Was Pac-Man Gen?
I'm
I feel like
Googling it now.
Pac-Man was like an 80s thing, not like a 70s thing. Anyway, we can zip past this.
Yeah, I really had nothing for this
Pong,
one. Like
Pong,
it's like
Pong. Come on,
all of them were great because it's like this was a new thing. You were interacting with the TV. Like this was crazy.
There was definitely Pac-Man on Atari 2600.
Yeah, so that's console generation 2. Wikipedia defines as the Atari 2600, the Intellivision Fairchild. Oh, the Intellivision and the Fairchild Channel F. So for the 2600, Pac-Man. I mean, there was definitely.
I don't like this. I don't like this part at all. I want to just get to Nintendo. I don't like
Okay.
this.
All right. Gen 1 Pong, Gen 2 Pac-Man. Now we're going to Gen 3 where things get interesting. We've got
Hey, look, it's the Nintendo. It's the NES.
we got
Woo!
the Master System, the Atari 7800, but also the Nintendo Entertainment System. What was your guys' pick for the best video game of console generation 3? The NES. Basically the NES. What was the best NES game? That's the question here. I can tell you my pick.
Go ahead.
I can tell you my pick, and it's not even close, and it's Mario 3, and it's not even close for me.
Interesting. Now, why that over original Mario? Because wouldn't you say original Mario was like the more groundbreaking title?
Yeah, original Mario is absolutely the more groundbreaking title. Here's the thing though. When I think of the NES, there are so few games that I would actually want to go play like right now. Like Mario 3 is like literally the only game. If you were like, you want to go play Mario 3, and I would say, fuck yes. Like if you said anything else, I'd be like, I don't know, it's a novelty. We could play it for like 5 minutes and then do something else. Like Mario 3, I will go play start to finish right fucking now. Like that game still holds up. It's great. You're right. Mario 1 is the more like, iconic, everyone thinks of, Super Mario Brothers, but like Mario 3 was like
the improved version.
An inarguable improvement on the formula. It's just better Mario 1. It's like
if you think about it, it's what built the foundation of the franchise is built more on Mario 3 than anything else.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, especially like, the Super Mario 3D World and like all these new it's just like a 3D remake of Mario 3. I don't know, it's got all these crazy power-ups and items and secrets, and it's fucking wild. Mario 3 is easily for me the best NES game. Do you guys disagree?
Well, I will say that unlike you, there are other games for the original, Nintendo that I have more fond memories of. But I actually also went with Super Mario 3. It's
Okay.
the best possible version.
I would agree. Super Mario
that
3
game.
is up there.
Don't get me wrong. I have like very fond memories of like Duck Hunt or Excite Bike or whatever. But like, if you're like, do you want to go play Duck Hunt? I'd be like, we could play it for a couple minutes and then I'm gonna get bored of it. Like, whereas like Mario 3 is like, yeah, that still holds up. Let's go play right now. So the best game of console Gen 3 is Super Mario Brothers 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Gen 4, you're gonna be surprised by this. I don't feel strongly about what the best game of Gen 4 is. According to Wikipedia, console generation 4 is the TurboGrafx 16, the Neo Geo, the Sega Genesis, and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. What is the best video game? What is the best video game console generation 4? I don't really feel strongly about this. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of like favorite games from this generation. I think this is the first home console generation that have like, because we just said like the only game from Gen 3 that holds up is Mario 3. I think there is a lot of this is like the first home console generation that has a lot of games that like really hold up, and I'd go play them right now, but there is not a clear standout far and away winner for console generation 4 the same way there is for me in 3. So what is the best game for you guys from the Genesis or Super Nintendo?
Personally, because it's got a personal note, but it's also like I found it to just be so I like kind of it had that Mario 3 concept where it was like such an improvement on the formula was Link to the Past.
I knew you'd say that.
Yeah. That game I could play over and over and over again. I don't give a shit. Like
Let me see if I also correctly guessed Zach's. Zach's, what is your?
So this was the only one that I actually did it like the right way. Meaning I went with like what objectively like what was groundbreaking, what was like pushing the envelope. From here on out, it's all like just personal favorites for me, and like all of my other picks can be like, here's the pick parentheses, and you can suck my balls. So this is the only one that I did like
Yeah.
correct because
I don't think it's what I think it is. Then go
Love
ahead. Yeah.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors for SNES.
That was the thing I was thinking of, but I didn't think that's what you would pick.
Love that.
Yep.
Love Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Okay. Yep.
Love that game.
Yep.
But I think of this generation, the one that stands out, the one that did push the envelope, is Sonic 2.
okay.
Wow.
That would have actually been my like runner up.
Wow. I thought you were gonna say NBA Jam.
I do love NBA Jam. And I will tell you that I struggled a little bit with titles that were on multiple consoles. Like, same thing with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I happen to have fond memories of it on SNES, but that was on a lot of things. Same thing, like, I love Earthworm Jim, but that's a Genesis game to me. But it was on SNES. It was on a lot of different consoles. So, but for me, I think of that gen. I think Sonic 2, the blast processing bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Like, that one was pushing...
Sega does what Nintendo don't, baby.
That's the bottom line. That's the fucking bottom line of that generation.
I love Sonic 2 as the best video game from Gen 4. I love that. I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Sonic 2, the best game of Generation 4. My personal pick would have been Donkey Kong Country 2, but like that's such
I thought about that though, because I've got that VHS tape that's all about like Donkey Kong propaganda about they used the same computers that they made Jurassic Park with. Like that's
I told like all my friends because
my
I had a bunch of friends who were like Genesis friends, like they were all like Genesis kids. And I was like, no, but like Donkey Kong, they made Jurassic Park and then they made Donkey Kong. Like, wow. And they were like, no, blast processing though. And we're just having bullshit
Nintendo
arguments.
Yeah. The Nintendo propaganda that I've now watched and lives in my brain is just that's all they had. Like they didn't even talk about none of their advertisement actually talked about how the game plays, where it's like, oh, it's like side scrolling and it's actually kind of interesting and the soundtrack's really great. No, it's just look at these fucking apes. Like that's it. That's the whole fucking ad campaign for Donkey Kong Country.
Console generation number 5, the Sega Saturn, whatever. Sorry, Sega Saturn. The PlayStation 1 and the Nintendo 64. What is your guys' favorite or the best game from console generation 5?
Well, I'll get this out of the way quick. So for me, again, this is where we're getting into parentheses, suck my balls. For N64, this is going to sound ridiculous when you've got things like Bubsy 3D and, you know, Glover. I know that there's some absolute bangers out there. But for N64, my choice was actually WWF No Mercy, which sounds very silly.
Best game of console.
However, the reason I picked that is that game is so beloved by an entire community of fans that to this day, there are constantly being upgraded emulators for that version of a wrestling game. And AEW, All Elite Wrestling, one of the top major promotions in the United States, number 2 in the world of that kind of, you know, wrestling bullshit, is literally developing a video game for modern consoles, and the core mechanics of it are taken from WWF No Mercy for N64. So this game literally had... I can see Justin drifting into another plane of existence at my very boring explanation. But WWF No Mercy genuinely has long-reaching effects to this very day.
Your argument for why WWF No Mercy is the best game of console generation 5 is very similar to why my favorite game of console generation 6 is the best game of console generation 6. See if you can guess which game.
So that all being said, fucking the answer is Final Fantasy VII, clearly.
That's my answer, baby. It's Final Fantasy VII.
Like, Yes, Mario 64, groundbreaking, fucking.
Mario can suck Cloud Strife's cock. It's Final Fantasy
That's
VII.
actually the one-player mode of Brawl Ultimate. So there you
That's
go.
true. Yeah. You can act out that battle in Smash Ultimate now.
Yeah, for as much as like N64 paved the way in a lot of ways and really broke ground on what 3D gaming could be, fuck all that shit. Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there you go. That's my pick.
For me personally, Super Smash Brothers.
Interesting. That's a great segue to console generation number. What are we on now? 6. Wikipedia defines console generation 6 as the Sega Dreamcast. Sorry, Dreamcast. The only 3 that matter are the PS2, the Nintendo GameCube, and the original ass Xbox. My best game of console generation 6 is Super Smash Brothers Melee. See Zach's argument for why it's so. The impact of this game is so long-reaching. There are games being developed right now for current generation systems that are just based on Melee. Like, we're trying to recapture Melee.
Very interesting.
Yeah. There's an entire generation. There's an entire community of people that love this game so much they still fucking play it. In the year 2020 fucking 2, we're still playing this game. A huge community of people is still playing this game. I don't know. That being said, that's a very like personal pick. So I would definitely like to hear your guys' pick for console Gen 6.
Sonic Adventure. I mean, come on.
It's
I'm
funny
kidding.
that you say that. No, it's funny that you say that because I was actually going to say for Dreamcast, home console, I would say Sonic Adventure. As silly as that sounds, like that was pushing a lot of boundaries in terms of like open world kind of exploration-y, blah 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 blah. For me personally, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the Dreamcast port of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the shit. But
technically a console game, yeah.
In this generation, I had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for Dreamcast. I had the original Katamari for PS2.
Wow.
But my pick, personally, and this is again, parentheses, suck my balls.
It is, yep.
Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. I cannot tell you the hours that I spent. I created friendships. I broke friendships with this game. Like, Double Dash completely, for being someone who was not a big Nintendo kid, as soon as I played Double Dash, I was like, oh, I get why this is a fucking thing.
I thought you were going to say Resident Evil 4.
I thought about that as well. But then I thought, wouldn't I be an asshole and just say Resident Evil 4 for every console from this point forward?
Originally released for, yes.
But I did think that.
Originally a GameCube game, yeah.
RE4 for GameCube was revolutionary, but it's strange that it's on GameCube. That's a weird thing. Like,
everyone forgets that was like originally on GameCube, and that was like the platform for a while. And then eventually, like 3 or 4 years later, we got like a PS2 port or something, and then
eventually. But it was just like, why was this the case?
The floodgates open, and now you can play that thing on every platform you can imagine.
Right, but I would agree with you with Melee. I would agree if you were going to play. How I've been thinking about this is, if you were sitting somebody down and you were like, out of this gen, this is the one game you can play. Yeah, I think Melee is the answer for that.
How do you feel about that, Justin? You didn't really give any thoughts on console Gen 6.
Sonic Adventure. No.
Sonic Adventure. That's what you said.
That's true. Sonic Adventure. They said JK, and then a tear rolled down his cheek.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Melee's good. I would have a close runner-up. Would be Grand Theft Auto, actually, on the PS2.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Vice City, I was very close to
Vice City was a pretty.
Yeah, 3, right? That's
3 was your big holy shit because we shifted from top down into what it is today. But for me personally, I feel like Vice City really nailed the balance.
Vice. When I think PS2, I always get Vice City.
I'd be fine going with Vice City over Melee. I think more people have played Vice City. I think it might be more influential. Like, you think about all these open world games now.
True.
I'm fine with that.
Vice
Everybody's
City?
aping that shit. Yeah.
All right. The best game of console generation 6, GTA Vice City. Console generation number 7, the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, and the Nintendo Wii.
Which we, by the way, we completely passed over original Xbox. Like,
No, I mentioned the original Xbox.
but I'm saying we didn't come up with like a best of game
Fuck
for
you.
that.
It had Halo. Like you bought that and you played Halo. What else are you
Halo.
playing on the Xbox?
I played
It's
Stubbs the
still the
Zombie.
it's still the only reason you have an Xbox. You buy it because you like Halo. If you don't like Halo, you go get a good console.
The console wars are never over.
I like
the console
James's-
wars are never
Like
over.
James's like subtle evil laugh, like. All right, this is when it started getting dicey and Nintendo went flat.
Tell me you don't like Halo and you have an Xbox. Like you don't exist. That person does not exist. Okay, yeah. This is the 360, the PS3, and the Wii. My favorite game. This is like one of my all-time favorites. I just recently replayed this. It's Mass Effect 2. I don't know. It came out simultaneously on the PS3 and 360. Loved Mass Effect 2. It's fucking great. It's a classic.
Is that the one where you punch the reporter or no?
Yeah. There's a lot of like
Reporter punching? Is that a trope of the game? I didn't know that.
Well, it became like a meme, and then like in 3, it was like, "Do you want to punch the reporter again?" And you're like, "Okay." I'm pretty sure that started in 2.
Okay. Because I have that fond memory of you in college choosing to be like, "Oh, I turned down the interview opportunity," and then you just punched the reporter, and it was like, "Oh, that's what you chose."
yeah. I mean, Mass Effect did not have like it had that reaction wheel, and you could do Paragon Renegade, but it wasn't always clear what
That was the point. Yeah, like
No, I would not like to do this interview, and then Shepard would punch a woman in the face, and
right on intergalactic TV, and it was just like,
yeah.
So personal side, as Justin sort of mentioned, Nintendo is suddenly not sitting as pretty. But for me, again, if I'm going with the hey, you're only allowed to play one game on the system, I'm handing someone House of the Dead overkill, because that was so counterculture to everything else the Wii was doing and getting popular with, and had like just a great personality. My favorite of the series. Again, similar thing as a theme here. Dead Rising on the 360 was so big for me personally, but also like the most moving assets on any screen that any game had ever done. Like it really kind of.
How do you not go with? You were like Mr. Dead Rising. I can't believe you're not going to.
Dead Rising, but I'm going with BioShock for PS3
over Dead Rising. Wow, never thought.
I think BioShock, although BioShock and Dead Rising both kind of fall victim to the third sequel sort of falling off the rails and tainting the rest of the series. I do feel like BioShock was so groundbreaking as a linear storytelling, game, and people still when the conversation of games are art comes up, people don't mention Dead Rising. People mention BioShock.
Right. When I picture the Xbox 360, in the disc tray is a copy of BioShock. Like that's just like where my brain is.
When I picture an Xbox 360, I picture Rock Band controllers, because that's all that shit's good for now. So.
I mean, Rock Band. That's
good segue to my choice was Rock Band.
Hey, Justin wins. That's the actual right answer.
Hey, I'm fine with that. Well, I don't know. I'd still probably argue for Mass Effect 2 over Rock Band.
There was a lot of good games in this generation.
7 had some console generation 7, 360, PS3, and Wii had a lot of heavy hitters. There was a lot of great games.
I mean, shit, I'd put Wii Sports on there.
That's true. I actually almost put, for my Wii choice, I almost picked fucking Punch-Out, because that did such a good job.
Oh yeah,
Punch-Out
was really good.
All the good things about Punch-Out and delivering it in a much better package.
I don't know. What are we going with?
Rock Band.
Rock Band? All right, I'm fine with Rock Band.
The game that everyone fucking rolls their eyes at any party until Wonderwall starts playing
it, and then,
yeah.
It's my wonderful.
This I thought was interesting. Console Generation 8, Wikipedia combines the Wii U and the Switch into one generation. Hard to argue, though, that the Switch is not a previous generation console. Console Generation 8, the Wii U, the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox One.
Well, obviously the Switch just overtakes the Wii U, so we could just assume the Wii U just went.
I think that's a good argument, because, how can you argue the Switch is a current gen console? 2, all the games that came out on Wii U are also just on the fucking Switch. So yeah, I can see why we combined that into one thing. So yeah, Wii U, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Mine it might be my favorite game of all time. It's Breath of the Wild, and I don't think it's close. I can't think of anything else that I was like, maybe. I think it's Breath of the Wild, and it's not close.
I was actually thinking, because I didn't split up Wii U or I did split up Wii U and Switch. I actually thought Super Mario Maker, because again,
I love Super Mario Maker.
changing how a game can be experienced and really doing a great job of including a community and building a game around a community. But I think, hands down, the greatest game of this generation, obviously Rocket League. There's no way around it. No, my choice for PS4 was Yakuza 0, parentheses, suck my balls.
Yeah.
Because I just love that game. I was like,
League.
Again, if I was handing somebody a controller and like, this is the only PlayStation 4 game you're alled to play.
It's Yakuza.
Oh, I've heard good things about Spider-Man. Yeah, well, guess what? Suck my balls. You're playing Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Well, you know what my answer is, James.
I'm sure it's Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
It's Breath of the Wild.
No, I love Rocket League. I love Yakuza 0, but I don't know. Breath of the Wild is in a different tier for me. That's like an 80-hour game, and I've played it like start to finish twice now.
I was just about to say, I don't have a horse in this race because I just never really got around to playing a ton of Breath of the Wild. So I'm like an impartial third party. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I will agree with you. It's like, you cannot deny that game was not groundbreaking once again, right. That it was pushing the envelope. It was, setting the new standard and having plenty of other games rip it off later on.
It's funny, the amount of open world games that just came out.
Oh my god. Yeah, now we're living in the era where everyone's trying to copy Breath of the Wild. Like, when I played Genshin Impact, like, holy shit. Can Nintendo like C&D Genshin Impact? That game is so clearly not a rip-off, but like so clearly inspired in like art style and music, and like it just looks like Breath of the Wild. Yeah. All right. Console generation 9. This is our current generation. This was hard for me because your only options are the Xbox Series X and S and the PlayStation 5. Actually, I take that back. It would have been hard for me if there wasn't a very obvious answer that came out earlier this year. It's Elden Ring, and it's not close for me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ooh, shit.
I would have put Remake on there.
Shit, I forgot that's a current gen game.
Like,
oh man.
That's a fine line for me, Elden Ring and Remake.
It's still Elden Ring. As much as I will go to bat for Remake, like Remake was like one of my favorite games from last. Like Remake and Inscription were like two of my favorite games from last year. No, it's still Elden Ring for me. Elden Ring was so. I mean, again, another game we're talking about inspired by Breath of the Wild. Yeah, just the crazy. I can't believe how well we married the like intricate level design and like, the way the levels just wrap around on themselves. And I'm like, I don't know how we're going to adapt that to open world. Turns out it's like fucking chocolate and peanut butter. It's like perfect together. You get the best of both worlds. You get these really intricately designed dungeons and castles, but then you get these big sprawling landscapes with like a million things to explore, and caves and caverns and dungeons. And I don't know. It's absolutely incredible. Spoiler, it's my favorite game of the year so far. It's Elden Ring. What do you guys think?
I hate both those games. I hate Remake and Elden Ring, so that means nothing.
You've never played Remake, and you played Elden Ring.
Some would argue I never played Elden Ring either.
I was going to say, yeah.
The amount you played is not considered played.
I think you would like Remake if you actually gave it a chance.
Probably. Too bad it's never going to happen.
I would agree with Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring took the bait on that one.
All right, let me see if I can remember all these because I didn't write anything down. Console generation number 1 was Pong. 2 was Pac-Man. 3 was Mario 3. 4 was Sonic 2. 5 was Final Fantasy 7. Console generation 6 was. Did we say Melee? No, we didn't say Melee. We said Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
Console Generation 7 was Rock Band. Console Generation 8 was Breath of the Wild. Console Generation 9 so far is Elden Ring. There you go. That's the best game from every generation. We did it. We did it, guys. 100 episodes.
100
Quantity
more.
over quality, baby. 100 episodes more. Good Games Podcast, 100 episodes. Woo!
Yeah. It's just the beginning. Yeah.
All right.
Don't sound excited, Zach.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna endorse stuff. I can endorse something really quick. We've just said my favorite game of the year is Elden Ring. Close runner-up is a game I just played recently. It's called Immortality. It is barely a video game. It is the latest game from Sam Barlow, who you might know if you played Her Story or Telling Lies. It's an FMV game, so basically that means they went around with like a camera and filmed like actors. And I say it's barely a video game because, I mean, basically the experience of playing Immortality is you're just watching video clips, but you're trying to figure out this mystery. The mystery is what happened to this girl called Marissa Marcel. She was an actress in the 70s. She had like two big roles, but like weird things happened during this movie. You know, these movies never got shipped to theaters. So then there's like a big 20-year absence, and you're like, you know, what happened to Marissa in these 20 years? And then she reappears in the 90s. She does one more movie, and then she, you know, goes absent again. So basically, you're given the footage, the clips you're given are all these like behind the scenes, behind the scenes shots of like the making of these movies, and you need to watch all these clips and figure out the mystery of what happened to this actress Marissa Marcel. Now the interactive part comes in. This is kind of interesting. You can pause a clip at any time and click on almost anything in the scene, an object, an actor, you know, just click on something in the scene and it will take you to a random clip with a matching object or a matching actor. So if you're like, oh, I recognize that person. Like, who's she talking to there? I recognize him. You can click on him and you can see like a different clip of him. Or like, that mirror. I've seen that mirror before. You can click on the mirror. Oh my God, this mirror appears somewhere else. This game is like very trying to be like art house cinema. It is very, to me, inspired by like David Lynch.
I was just about to say, this game sounds so much for you. It's ridiculous.
It is really made for me. It is inspired by David Lynch. It's also Sam Barlow previously worked on Silent Hill. It's got a little bit of Silent Hill in it. It's got a little bit of David Lynch in it. And it's got a lot of like, I don't know, it's trying to be very artsy and comment on art and creativity and, you know, Hollywood and how things get made. And I don't know, there's a lot of like meta commentary in it as well.
Sorry, you said how it's made.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. If you're into that sort of thing, it's really good. And it's got like a good mystery behind it. Like you're trying to figure out what happened to this person. Anyway, that's called Immortality. That's my endorsement. You guys got anything?
I'll endorse a thing. Found a little game that's you can play it on PC and you can play it on mobile called Slice and Dice. Nice little it's essentially just a dice rolling like boss fighting game. You roll dice, you assign the dice, you can re-roll like 3 times pretty much, and you attack based on your dice rolls, and it's just a nice little, like, it's not gimmicky, it's not like, hey, here's a bunch of ads, or hey, you know, buy coins, and no, it's like, if you want to play the full game, you pay $7 and you got the full game. And it's fun. It's like it's definitely a nice, as I mentioned in the last podcast, it's a nice pooping alternative.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for around here.
Yeah. Yeah, Slice and Dice. Check it out. It's on mobile, and it works really well on mobile too. And they just released a bunch of shit too. There's a whole bunch of new levels, new crawling, new bosses, all sorts of things. So
brilliant. That's exactly what you want in that kind of game. So before I give my endorsement, I feel like we have to recognize one of our own, former guest host of the Good Games podcast, one Big Game Leroy was listed in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500 Wrestlers of 2022 list.
Congratulations.
Yes, he made the list after quite a few years of trying.
After he
After the
came on this
podcast,
podcast and we gave him a plug, and he got big, he blew
He
up.
got the rub.
It's
He
all
got the
because
Good Games rub.
it's all because of us, baby.
Yeah, so congrats to him for making the list.
Congrats, Leroy.
Excellent work. My endorsement is now Good Games is not necessarily restricted to digital games. My recommendation here is go online and go get yourself a copy of original printed Netrunner from the 90s. James and I played a round of OG 90s early cyberpunk Netrunner, and it was so much fun because James is very well versed in the modern version, the cleaned up, polished version of Netrunner, that playing the vintage, way out of whack, completely unbalanced. It would be like if James had only ever played like current gen fighting games, and then we played Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and it's just like, hey,
Yes,
Cable's
yes.
fucking broken as shit. It's
Everything's
like
busted,
that's
yeah.
half the fun of the game.
Yeah, if you're familiar with like modern Netrunner, there's like crazy busted cards. There's like three agendas. There is a card. There's a runner card that lets you recur shit out of your heap indefinitely, and it just keep doing it. Just keep recurring cards. There's like cards that you can click. The credit economy is so crazy busted. You can like click for like fucking 6 credits or so. It's so broken. It's so broken.
Yeah,
but
it was
it's fun.
It was
It's
hilarious.
It's fun because it's broken on both sides. It's just completely busted.
Literally every time one of us would draw a card, James would be like, he would look over it and go, "Oh, that's fucking broken as shit."
What?
Yeah.
Busted.
So that was a blast.
Busted Netrunner. I'm so glad you had fun with that.
I had a blast. It was
yeah.
so fun, and just to hear you just every time, like I'd be playing, I'm like, "Well, this card says this. Can I play this?" And you would just go, "Oh my god, yeah, I guess so." But Jesus fuck.
Well, the thing that allows you to recur shit from your heap, because you could like sure gamble. Oh, score. You could. They call it sure gamble is called score in 90s Netrunner. You could score, gain 4 credits, recur it, score again, gain another 4 credits. Like the credit
money cheat.
Busted. It's so busted.
So it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna start looking. I want to find booster packs.
Boosters.
All
right.
I want to find booster
We'll
packs.
get into building. We'll get into deck building.
I want you when it's all said and done to have a complete copy of original Netrunner. Just to like we'll frame it, we'll put it on a wall somewhere, but just to be like, look at these busted ass cards. So that's my big put over here is original Netrunner. I found literally the starter set on Mercari for like $15. So they're out there. It was absolutely a blast. And now I want to see you and Brian play now.
By the way, 90s era flavor text.
Oh, yes. It's so early cyberpunk. Oh my god. It's so up its own ass. Oh, it's great. It's really
so good. So good.
Yeah, that was half the battle as well. It was just every time I drew a card, I'd read it to James, and he would just sit there just smiling like, this is so stupid.
This is so stupid. Yeah.
So that's it. That's my big push.
That's a great endorsement. That's a fantastic endorsement. All right. Anything else? Are we good?
100 episodes down, 100 more to go.
Let's do it.
I'm very proud of both of you. You guys have done an amazing job through all the iterations of this show. I'm proud to be
Quantity
part of the
quality,
show.
baby.
I'm proud to be part of the show now. And
Leo was originally part of the show.
Hey, Leo. Yeah.
Shout out to all the guests.
Yes.
Any a guest?
Yeah, guest hosts. I think we might have an upcoming crossover at some point. So big things for the Good Games.
What are you springing on me? We're doing crossovers?
There's a host of another show that wants to be on this show, and there's the whole thing.
Cross the streams.
I'm so excited. All right, let's. Yeah. I'm very excited for this. Stay tuned for the future.
Yeah.
All right. For the Good Games podcast, I'm James.
Justin.
I'm Zach.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh my God, there he is.
Oh,
Oh,
there he
I
is.
didn't know you had that. That's beautiful. I had no idea you had one of those. For people listening to the audio podcast,
That was my
Zach
penis.
is holding up. Zach is holding up his penis.
Yeah.
Zach is holding up a blocky ass
Say,
FF7
I've
Cloud with.
Oh, he's got the
my
whole
God, he's
set.
got
I've got
the
multiple.
whole set. Oh, you got Reno and Aerith and Barry. He's got all the blocky ass characters. That's fantastic.
Low
All right.
poly and all.
Best
All
game
right.
of that generation.
Yeah,
so there you
baby, Gen 7 or Gen 6. I don't know,
Whatever,
whatever. All right, get the hell out of here. We're done.
Okay,
The
bye.
podcast is over. Bye.
See it.
All right. Do you guys want to play Guess the Game? We're going to do something crazy. It's our 100th episode. We're going to do all
Yeah.
sorts
Oh,
of shit. What?
it's our 100th episode. I wouldn't know.
Okay, I thought you just got,
We're
excited.
excited. Come on. Jesus.
So this is that game Wordle. You know Wordle.
I think
It's
so.
that game your mom and your grandma play. I don't know. Do old people play Wordle? I don't know.
Probably.
I feel like they're the only people still playing Wordle. Well, now there's one for video games, and Justin is going to help us play along. So basically, you see a screenshot from the game. You have to guess which game it is, and if you get it wrong, you get progressively, more and more hints. They give you like more and more obvious screenshots. They give you the platform, the release date, the developer. We're going to play a couple rounds of Guess the Game. Justin, I think you can start at basically after like 100 or 100, or we can just start with today if you want to
Okay.
just start with today. And
I
can
just got it loaded for today, so.
if you're watching the YouTube video, you can play along. If you're
Play
listening to this on an audio podcast, you're fucked, my friend.
I'll describe what it is. I'll describe what it looks
Describe-
like, and then
it's
those
It's the
playing at
100th
home-
episode. You can take an effort and go to YouTube. Come on.
Or-
No,
yeah,
they can scream out loud in their cubicle as I vaguely describe
Hey,
whatever this fucking screenshot is.
You're listening at work or you're listening in the car, you can pull up, it's work. I give you permission. Tell your boss I gave you permission to take a break, pull up your browser, go to Guess the Game. We're going to start at today's. Oh, they don't tell you the number for today. Anyway, whatever. Let's start. Let's do this.
Okay. Let me.
All right.
Doing this correctly.
Oh,
You see that?
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Guess
Is
the
it
game.
clear? Is it nice and clear for you guys? I already know what the game is, actually, because one little element gave it away.
I would guess like Assassin's Creed or something. I don't.
Yeah, that was gonna be my guess. would be
Hey, guess
Assassin's
what?
Creed.
All right, so I'm going to type that in, because that was also my guess.
Is it Ass?
Ass.
Is
I'm
it
pretty sure it's the first one.
Okay.
Is it the
let's
first
see.
one? No.
Oh, it's not the first one. Okay.
Second one was. Oh, does Zach know?
So it looks like a kind of like a lobby of like a fancy old timey hotel or something, or a museum. We're
Ew.
trying Assassin's Creed 2. I like this idea.
Got a
Two?
critic score of 91. Yep, that could be it. Ah, there we go.
Oh, you nailed it! It was Assassin's Creed 2.
my
That seems like
God.
bullshit. They shouldn't be allowed to just do that.
What do you
Okay.
mean? What? Okay, so
Oh boy.
So we got.
so
Okay.
anything after like 105 or 106, or you can start at 100. It's fine.
All right, we'll start at 100. Here we go.
All right, number 100.
Oh,
This is what's fuck? I forgot the series. The is it? Maybe I may not be thinking of the right thing. What's I can't.
wait a minute. It says Liberty. The sign says Liberty something.
It's like
Liberty.
Fort.
Um,
Like an old.
this isn't like Red Dead or anything, right?
Oh, it could be Red Dead.
I don't know. We got like metal sheeting here.
You wanna-
True. They didn't have metal in the Wild West. You're right.
Oh yeah, there's like a
This looks too modern and.
Oh,
there's like
wait a
glass
minute. Wait a
window.
minute. The fucking flag is modern. The American flag is like 50 states modern, so it wouldn't
Oh
be.
yeah.
It wouldn't be Red Dead. Is this like a Call of Duty or something?
Go on to the next hint. We got a lot of these, so we
You wanna go to the next hint, or you
Yeah,
wanna guess?
No, I
all
really
of it?
want to put the brakes on the show and just really kind of figure this one out.
Oh. Nicholas
Pri-
Prison.
I don't know what this is.
Um,
I don't think I've
Metacritic score.
81%. All right.
81%. Okay.
I don't.
Moving on. Move on.
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Move on. Move on. Move on.
Aha,
It's
aha.
Tootie McShooty. All right, here we go.
Um,
We're gonna say Call of Duty.
so let's see. We get 5 guesses. So just guess every single Call of Duty until it says.
There you go. All right. Starting with number 1.
No, it's definitely not number 1.
Starting with number 2.
Okay. Well, it's I don't know.
Big red one.
There you go.
Yeah, the big red one. That's my favorite Call of Duty.
Here,
the
it's-
big red one.
Oh, there's
There you go.
zombos.
Okay. So it's definitely Call of Duty then.
Is it zombies?
Because there's always the zombies mode in Call of Duty.
No. Okay, it's not Modern Warfare.
2019.
Released 2019.
Oof. Okay, so it's fairly recent. This is Call of Duty.
Everyone who plays Call of Duty right now is definitely like they're either like shouting the number or they're like it's not Call of Duty.
Stop
Is
suggesting Call of Duty.
Is it what's the other one that's not Call
Modern
of Duty?
Warfare.
I don't. Battlefield. I don't.
Battlefield.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, isn't
Battlefield.
that? Oh,
Was
yeah,
there a Battlefield in 2019? I feel like that's wrong. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Battler?
Can you tell how many shooters we all play? We don't play a lot of shooters.
Clearly a lot.
Battlefield 4, sure. I'm pretty sure that game came out in like 2015, but there's
Pigman. Oh, that might be a giveaway.
Call of Duty big red one.
Pigman 4. They just announced
There you go.
it.
Pigman 4.
Wait, Crytek.
Pikmin-
What the fuck does
no.
Crytek make?
Pikmin 4.
I don't fucking know.
I remember seeing Pigman face. I don't know. I don't know what he. Any last guesses?
I don't know. We're bad.
Hunt.
I've-
Showdown.
Literally never heard of that game.
Never heard of the game. Okay. All right.
Bad start. Woo! Yeah,
Also
bad.
start. All right.
Video games. All right, here we go.
Hey,
More
same
pigs.
game.
More pigs.
Hunt Showdown.
Slaughterhouse Simulator.
Let's see. Is there like a slaughter? Maze slaughter. All right. Let's move on. Metacritic score 71.
71%. All right, very very average middling game.
It looks pretty middling.
It does look. I don't.
This is very vague.
I don't.
Oh, it wouldn't be horror game, would it?
Probably
Mm.
original platform PC.
This isn't like Alan Wake or any of that bullshit, is it?
Could be. Could be Friday the 13th.
I'm taking a guess at Friday the 13th. No, okay.
Oh, okay. It's asymmetric multiplayer survival horror, and it's not Friday the 13th. I think
Okay.
it's Dead by.
It looked like Friday the 13th.
I think it's.
Oh yeah, it could be Dead by Daylight. You're right. It could be Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Congratulations.
Hey, that game that James plays all the time. Woo!
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
definitely Dead by Daylight. Definitely Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
All right.
All
Moving on.
right, here we go.
A little bit of a lake. We got kind of like a temple.
Could be Last Guardian, maybe.
Okay.
What's the there's a
It
there's
looks
a dragon
modern-ish.
one. Dragon Age, maybe I'm thinking of. I don't know. Move on. Skip.
Could be The Bitcher.
Could be.
Could still be Last Guardian. Metacritic score 88%. Something that reviewed really well, and Last Guardian did not review very well.
Okay, so maybe Witcher,
Could be.
but
Witcher.
it doesn't look Witcher 3.
No, it
It
doesn't.
looks more like Witcher 2.
I feel like it doesn't look nice enough, or it looks, it doesn't look shitty enough to be Witcher 2. Witcher 2 looks a little crusty.
No. Oh.
Oh, that's
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Unfarted.
Unfarted. Drake's fart.
But it's also kind of crusty for Uncharted.
Well, it's PS3, so it'd be Unfarted, Fart of Darkness.
I don't know, or unfarted among farts. I don't know. Just pick one. It's one of those.
No.
Okay, it might be original ass. I think this might be original
Yeah,
ass.
it could be broke ass, sad ass, original Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted? What would that
Drake's-
be? Drake's Fortune?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Hey, Drake's fart.
Hey.
Are the same.
Hey. Okay.
Just liked all those games.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Not bad. Not bad.
Moving on.
So how we doing so far?
Pretty bad.
Well, it shows right there. We got one wrong and two right.
Okay.
So all right, 1 of 3. Here we go.
We got a hand.
That's Glover.
God damn it! I believed you. Could
Any
be. No. Keep going. What's the next one?
Two-Face.
Lionel.
Metacritic 88 again.
Pretty high Metacritic score. Machete.
Oh, okay. Is this what is that game that Jess always plays?
PS3.
Persona 5.
No, not that one. The fucking one with the cult guy.
Oh.
Ubisoft.
Yep.
Far Cry.
Far Cry. Yeah.
It'd have to be like Far Cry 2 or 3 though.
Yeah.
If it was 360. 360 would be like Far Cry 3, I think.
All right, we're gonna go Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3. Good job.
Figured it out,
Look at
kids.
these. Look at these guys.
Okay.
He's king of the world. That's what I was saying.
There's the little
There's
guy.
the man. That's
There's Mr.
the
Far-
box art right there.
Mr. Far Cry. All right, here we go.
That's his character name, Mr. Far Cry. Lord Farquaad, actually.
I got nothing. I don't know what this is.
This is
L.A. Noir. I don't know.
Los Angeles Noir.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
DMC, Devil May Cry, maybe.
Oh yeah, it could be DMC5. Metacritic score 91%. Something reviewed really well. DMC5 reviewed pretty well.
No. There's a map.
Oh.
Got some boats on that map.
360. I don't know.
Hmm.
Definitely not Elden Ring. I don't know.
Oh.
That's is this BioShock?
Is it?
It looks like
That doesn't. That's not. I mean,
No?
there's no way.
Okay. I thought it was Infinite.
That doesn't look like the girl. That doesn't look like Elizabeth.
No, that's not Elizabeth.
It could be yeah, but if they give you Elizabeth,
There were other characters in that game.
Well, who's gonna go based off of an NPC? Like, oh, you don't know this NPC?
I don't know.
At least in 2012.
2012 was right around Infinite, but this isn't BioShock Infinite. I don't know. Carry out the sentence on the spot. The offender's possession are legally forfeit. Oh, is this Arcane? Yeah. This is that game. Dishonored.
Oh, Dishonored. Do you know
It's
which
either
one?
Dishonored. It's probably Dishonored 1, I think.
Hey, nailed it. Got on the
Nice.
last one. Nice, very nice.
All right, here we go.
Gun.
We got guns and tanks.
Armor Wars. Armor Wars.
Tank Man.
The new game by Zac.
Oh, I don't know what this is. It's a modern game.
Policeman.
This actually does look familiar, and I didn't play it though. But this is something I definitely saw on like Video Game Donkey or something like that.
83%.
83%.
Those look like uniforms that would not be comfortable running in.
Very true.
Like, look at this guy. He just like you can't see his neck, and he's wearing a mask that you can't see through. Oh, I get it. Okay. Oh, this is it's coming to me. It's fuck. What's it called? I can't remember the name.
Something with ninjas and police.
I know it.
Oh, that's Raiden. This is
Yeah.
This is
Is it Metal Gear Raiden? I don't remember what the fuck they're called. The one with the jacked up president guy.
Is it called Metal Gear?
Metal Gear Raiden? Raiden something?
This isn't MGS5, right?
No. It's the Raiden
No.
spin-off game.
Yeah, it's like a spin-off. I can't. Peace Walker.
Just type in Raiden and see what comes up.
How do you spell it?
R-A-I... No. R-A...
Force Raiders. Raiden. The Raiden Project. Raiden 3. Raiden Trad.
Rayman versus the Rabbids.
Sikisakyu Gensei Shogi Fumureko Raiden.
Well, he's
God
doing
damn it.
Sneaky in the Barrel. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely Metal Gear
Yeah.
spin-off. Shit, I can see the artwork for it too, and I can't think of the name. And there it is.
Platinum and Kojima.
Rising, Metal Gear Rising.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I
That's what it
never
was.
played that one. I only played. I'm
All
like
right,
a
last
casual.
one. Last one.
All right.
So make it good. All right. What is this?
I got nothing.
All right, next clue.
Norman Sky. Crusty graphics.
85%.
Still No Man's Sky.
Is it No Man's Sky?
Oh no. Is this Risk of Rain? Maybe?
Oh, Risk of Rain 2?
Maybe? I'm gonna take a guess at it. Hey, look at me!
Hey! Let's see. So Zach had to drop. We are still playing Guess the Game.
Uh-huh.
This looks like, oh, I fucking know this. This is one of those this is like, is this roller
That's what I'm thinking is like
coaster?
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I think that's a good guess.
No!
Oh,
There
nailed
we
it,
go.
baby.
First time.
Hell
Right up this way.
yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we got a boat ride with little people on it. Yeah, roller coasters. There you go.
Nailed it. Okay, moving on.
We got Mountains.
Rocks. Oh, is this the Kojima game? With
with
Norman
the
Reedus, baby fetus.
Norman
game
Reedus
is-
and the baby fetus.
What the fuck? Yeah, Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. What's that game called?
It's so bad we forgot it already.
It's called Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. It's called The Rocks look like that game. That game is called something. Oh no, I can't remember the name of the game.
Isn't it like Death Stranding?
Death Stranding. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's Death
I was
Stranding.
like, it
right?
had death in the name. I couldn't.
Yeah. Oh my god!
you.
I recognized the rocks of a game I haven't even played. Holy shit! Just
There he
Rocky-esque. There he is.
Monster Energy.
Monster
drink.
drink monster
that
baby.
was the one part of the game I didn't understand. Like just Monster Energy drink. There you go. And then there he is, the man himself.
Beautiful. All right, here we go.
Oh, I know the fucking goddamn fucking.
Oh, I don't know what this is.
Kingdom Hearts.
How did you know this is what? This is Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I
How
remember.
did you know? What?
I don't know which one it is.
Okay, hang on. Is that it's a shell on a beach? That's Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. I don't know.
Yay! 2. Kingdom Hearts 2.
Wow, I'm blown away. I'm fucking blown away. I
Holy
would have gotten it from that, or that. A shell on it. Wow.
I remember seeing I was watching. I think it was Oni Plays. I remember this cutscene in particular.
Damn.
So, yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
like is like a weird memory for some reason.
Shit.
Red Grave.
Uh,
Lamp Avenue. Mario Odyssey.
Classic.
We got ambulances and military trucks kind of blocking down here. This is blockade. This almost looks like a Resident Evil.
No, the street lamps are wrong for Raccoon City. The cityscape. I mean, you could try RE2 remake, but I don't think so. It doesn't look right. I don't think that's right, but you can try it.
Did they even have RE2 remake? Let's just see. No. Oh yeah, no, it's super not that.
I don't know what this is. That looks
This looks kind of Devil May Cry-ish.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe DMC5.
Wow, DMC5. Look at you.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's like usually I kind of remember there's always like this like weird upside down thing where he goes through the water and there's like a different like demon war. Yeah, that would have been a seller for me right there.
I would have gotten it from that or okay, definitely from that.
Yeah.
I only watched Jess play this, so I didn't play this myself. What? Okay, so
I'm gonna take a hard guess at this one.
Yeah, here you go. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Wow! Wow!
I guessed Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro water.
From just shitty water textures.
Yeah. You could tell it was an older game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's definitely the PS1 like kind of stretched out textures. And I remember like, oh yeah, the water has like this weird like flat like no see through, and it's got a weird glow to it. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Then there you go. Obviously.
Wow. I surprised myself on that one.
What? Floating Island?
Sonic Adventure. No.
I don't know.
Looks like 2 islands. This would be Celeste, would it?
No, that's not Celeste.
Skip it. They're stars. What is this?
Wait a minute. The stars look vaguely familiar. I don't know. Metacritic score 93%?
Yeah.
What the fuck reviewed this well? What? Oh, Okami.
Yeah.
I didn't know Okami reviewed that well. I'm surprised.
Wow. Okay. Familiar.
This looks like N64.
Hold on.
This looks like it's like N64, PS1, like very low res textures.
Oh my god, these textures. Oh, I know what it is. Bomberman 64. Where is it? Wow, there's a lot of Bombermans. Holy shit.
You know there's a lot of Bomberman games. I like that you scrolled all the way down to 64 and then didn't click it.
Oh, did I not?
Oh,
okay, I'm wrong.
Well, is it Bomberman 64 Second Attack?
It might be. They may have just like rebooted it with the same. And 64.
No.
This looks so much like Bomberman 64.
It's not
It's definitely Bomberman. That much is fucking true. Bomberman.
Was there one for PS1?
It is a small screen. I wonder if it's the 3DS one.
I think you're right. I think this is Bomber. Well, obviously it's Bomberman. You can see the bombs down in the corner. I just don't know which one it is.
It's definitely looks like 64. I'm gonna take a hard guess.
The polygons look like this isn't. Well, maybe. The polygons looked more like PS1 to me.
Maybe it is.
But I don't know. I don't know which Bomberman was on PS1, and it's like I don't know.
I don't know enough about Bomberman. I played Bomberman 64, and that's it.
We know it's Bomberman. We're close enough.
My selection generation.
Oh my god, some fucking Bombermans. Jesus Christ.
Let's do Hero. Oh, okay, it's Bomberman Hero. There you go. It was the first answer.
I didn't even know that there was a game called Bomberman.
This looks totally like 64. It all looks like 64. Like if I showed you Bomberman 64, it all looks
Yeah.
the same.
That model looks like 64 to me. I don't. What
Yeah.
platform was this originally on?
Oh,
N64.
N64.
Oh, okay. Bomberman Hero 64. Actually, yeah. Now that I think of it, there was one for N64 called Bomberman Hero, wasn't there? Yeah.
This one we just yeah, okay. Spikes.
This looks like it takes two because it looks like they're like shrunk down real small. But I don't remember spikes like that.
Let's just give it a try. No?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know.
Little
Oh,
Big
there's like
Planet.
marbles? Oh,
What
could
do you
be.
think? Little Big Planet?
It could be a Little Big Planet.
Which
Yeah. It could be Little Big Planet.
I don't know. I'm still feeling.
It still could be a Little Big Planet.
Maybe it's the first one?
I
Okay, it's the
Hey.
first one. Okay. All right. Little Big Planet. There he is. At least we're getting these
I like
before the
that-
giveaways.
Yeah. I like that you could recognize that at least it was like, oh, it's supposed to be something small or shrunk down or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to be able to recognize textures and shadows there. I don't know.
So this is either a Fallout. I'm thinking it's
Could
maybe it could be New Vegas.
If it's Fallout, it's New Vegas, but I don't remember.
Could be Red Dead.
Could be.
It might be the
I don't-
first Red Dead. Now that I think
I
about
don't
it.
know. It's hard
Let's
to
try
tell
Red
just
Dead.
from
I
the-
feel like Red Dead Redemption might be Red Dead Revolver. No. Oh, little grapes.
Metacritic score 83. Well, it's not Fallout New Vegas.
Be Red Dead 2. No, these textures don't look right for Red Dead 2.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's definitely not
fuck?
that.
Looks like the
Leaves.
fucking gold saucer. Original platform PC PS3. What the fuck? I don't.
I don't recognize this.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this video game is. It's an MMO. Oh god, it's an MMO. Okay, well, okay, it's an. Oh,
How
it's
do you
Final
not
Fantasy
recognize?
14. It's Final Fantasy 14. It was the gold saucer. I literally said that looks like the gold saucer. It's Final Fantasy 14. I like that I said, "Wow, that looks exactly like the gold saucer."
Jesus Christ.
I didn't play this game that much. I'm not an MMO guy.
Oh, this is definitely.
Okay,
Oh,
I know these
Quake.
textures.
This is probably Quake. I think it's Quake.
Yep.
I'm calling it Quake.
Yep.
It's definitely the shitty Quake textures right there. Yeah. Look, oh yeah.
Uh,
That would have
there
been
you
a
go.
definite giveaway.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
bloody axe.
The super low res textures. Yep.
Ooh.
I got nothing. It looks like it's like smudged or blurred or something. It looks weird. It's like the horizon but blurred. Or like there's like a water effect on the camera lens or something. What the
was a-
fuck? A
was
server
a-
rack?
Went
This
from
also
the sunset to a server rack. Okay.
this also keep going. This could be a takes. No, it's not a takes two. What the fuck? Okay. Is this
It's the God game
yes,
with the
I know,
robot.
yes. What's that game called? I love that game, and it's called
Talos Principle.
yes, the Talos Principle. Yep.
Yeah, Talos Principle. I recognize it with the weird doors.
Yeah,
Kind of good for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have gotten it there, yeah. Or yeah.
There's
Like,
little.
and
there's-
then there's the most obvious one, yeah.
Ooh.
Is this the Stanley Parable? That looks
It looks
vague.
like I would guess Stanley Parable. Whoa, Stampede.
It looks a little bit like the staircase from Stanley Parable.
That type today. Look
Oh.
at you, Stanley
hey,
Parable.
Hey, I know my Stanley.
This is
There
Stanley.
you go. I still have to play more of the remastered one because the remastered one has more endings and more shit in it.
Yeah.
You, I played I already don't know what this is. I can tell you right now, I don't know what this is. Oh wait, is this No, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
No.
I
There you go.
LSD. The game.
No, okay.
It looks like what? There's like Tetris pieces in the background.
Yeah.
Is this actually Tetris? Is this like one of the some 3D Tetris game or something?
Probably not, but let's see. Tetris. It's definitely newer. It's got a very high Metacritic score.
Yeah, what the fuck? This looks vaguely familiar. Have I played this?
It's definitely not Tetris.
Oh, this is Fez. I thought it looked like Fez.
Fez, how do you spell that? Just Fez?
I think this is Fez, right? Yeah.
Fez.
Okay.
There you go. Good job.
I was gonna say at the very beginning it looks like Fez, but there was no like, oh yeah, definitely would have got it from that.
Yeah, no,
I,
it's Fez.
it's fine.
Although I like how he has the little Zelda
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
there. I like that.
Oh, is this Thief? Or it could be Thief. I before Thief.
I always forget that. Just Thief?
I think it could be Thief.
And we got potions.
Thief. Okay, now it looks like a puzzle game. I thought it was going to be a stealth game.
It almost looks like Mist kind of looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be.
But
It could be one of the newer Myst games, but I don't know. It could be like Myst. No, it could be like Myst 4 or 5 or something, but probably not.
let's just see what happens. Nope, okay.
It looks even more like Myst now.
Yeah. It's like because this gives it away. It's like the kind of they just laid marble textures over
Original platform PC that would line up with Myst.
Mist. Yeah,
What Metacritic rating?
it was 85.
Okay, it's not Myst. No, there's no Myst game that has a Metacritic.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good Metacritic.
There's no Metacritic Myst game that has a Metacritic that high. What the fuck? I don't know what this is.
Let's see what's the name. Ooh, we got goopy red skin.
I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a horror game. It's not Amnesia, is it?
I can't
I
spell.
don't remember Amnesia looking.
How do you spell M?
AMNESIA, right? I don't remember it looking like this, but
Oh
okay.
my God, Amnesia.
Damn. Okay. That was one of the first things I thought. Okay, yeah. I just don't remember it looking this way. It looks more stylized than I remember. I remembered it looking more realistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the window with the light coming through it. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
Couldn't tell you.
That's very. It's definitely low quality, so it's. Oh, is this the detective game on the DS?
Professor Layton? Wait a minute. I feel like I know that skyline. It could be Professor Layton.
Give it a try.
There's like a million Professor Layton games, so good luck guessing which one it is. There's like a lot of Professor Layton games.
Oh boy.
I feel like I know that skyline.
It does look familiar.
It's got the correct color palette for Professor Layton. I don't know, maybe it is Professor Layton. Because like Professor Layton is like very orange and brown and like very muted colors like that. I don't know. Just guess.
Spirit Village. Wow.
There's so many of those games. How did you? Wow. 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 I can't believe we. I can't believe. I can't believe. Yeah, I can't believe we got that just from the color palette. Like, yeah, it's like it looks kind of like Professor Layton,
Yeah.
and I
That's
can't
what
believe he gets
I
the
surprise
correct.
myself in this game is that like if I look at it, oh boy. When I look at like the color palette or like the textures, like something in my brain just triggers, goes like, oh yeah, it's very unique to a very specific game. This,
What has dog shit looking food? I don't know, like an early.
dubious food.
I don't know.
It's like GoldenEye
Yeah,
esque textures.
yeah.
But
Goldeneye never
ooh, but that's nice looking. What the fuck?
had
How do
low.
you go from this to
Yeah.
this?
Fences. It's got fences. Okay. Wow, a 96% Metacritic. What? What the fuck game is this? Is this a Half-Life?
That looks like the Half-Life. And there's no way it's Half-Life 2.
It has to be Half-Life 2. I don't know what else has a 96 Metacritic. That's crazy high. It has to be Half-Life 2 then.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Wow. Okay. I don't remember dog shit looking food like that.
Dog shit food.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
that.
mean, the Metacritic score gave it away because like what else has a 96% Metacritic? Like what?
This looks like the boat,
Yeah.
sequence.
Yeah. That's definitely the boat.
Oh yeah, then you got City 17.
That's part of like yeah.
Yeah. Look at that, and then there's the gravity gun.
Obviously the gravity gun. Yeah.
Was that it?
Oh, we did all of them. Oh man.